Welcome back to South Vermilion High School. It's the Banks of the Wabash tournament, sponsored by Ryan Luce. And wouldn't you know, Ryan Luce comes up to talk to us tonight. And we talked earlier. I don't know if your ears were buzzing on this one, but we really thought it's a great idea that you could come alongside all the athletes within this Banks of the Wabash area, which is your coverage area in insurance, and really come alongside the schools and really try to help these kids out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we were talking about some ideas for our office, we are very community driven, and the Banks of the Wabash is something that, as a former South Vermilion athlete, I was kind of envious of back in the day. And when South Vermilion was able to, jump in the Banks of the Wabash when consolidation happened with Turkey Run and Rockville, and Park Heritage was formed, it was exciting because it's kind of our own little bi-county. We got the 2 Vermilion County schools, the 2 Park County schools, a lot of familiar faces from my education days, and some of that still rings true because we try to support and give the young people of these communities every opportunity they can get, and we got a special place here, so we want to continue to be involved. And it's been a blessing for our office because the Banks of the Wabash is kind of stretched out now. We've got more and more sports, so we almost have an event per month with the Banks of the Wabash, and it's interesting times over the last couple years. So any way we can help out, we try to.
Well, we also noticed they had a cheerleading contest.
Yeah.
And with that, tell us a little bit about I know you were approached by that kind of a little late in the process, but tell us how that all happened.
Yeah, that was it was a great idea. The conference ADs, I'll give them all the credit for that. Or not the conference, the Banks of the Wabash ADs came up with that idea, and it made perfect sense. I mean, the cheerleaders deserve to have a Banks of the Wabash championship as well, and it was highly attended. It was exciting, and I was proud to be a part of it, just to help them out. We got some T-shirts I think the champions were wearing tonight. They were excited about those, and then we got the traveling trophy. So I think the cheerleading Banks of the Wabash is here to stay. I think they're going to be arguing on who gets to host it next year because of the amount of people, and I'm sure they're going to sell plenty of popcorn and stuff like that next year.
Well, I was listening to the ADs talking about how much money they raised, and they were in shock.
Yeah.
Just how everybody came. And why wouldn't you, if you were an athlete and you had a chance to go really kind of support the people who support you all year long, you'd really want to do that.
Yeah, that's a great point, Coach. Like, those girls put in a lot of hard work, and they travel around supporting, athletes of different sports all year. So it was great to kind of go through each cheer section and see a lot of familiar, football players and basketball players that were up there kind of in a role reversal supporting their cheerleaders. So I think the parents enjoyed it, and like I said, with the success we had, I think it'll only get bigger and bigger in the future.
Well, I was really glad to see that you were sponsoring this, and I was like, wow, why don't we get him to come up and talk to us, and which makes it kind of fun for everybody involved to see this one. But when you're looking at, and you being a former basketball guy, you get to watch a basketball. Last night, it was amazing to see how close those games were at certain points all the way through, and I thought, especially for like Riverton Park and North Vermilion, having that battle go into overtime, that was great for both of those schools to see that actually happen early in the season.
Yeah, it was great. And, the last couple weeks we've just kind of got the ball rolling with the season. So I think the special thing about the Banks of the Wabash over the past, 30 years is everybody in the 2 counties comes out to see kind of what hand they've been dealt for the year. Everybody's still kind of getting their legs about them and trying to figure out what roles they're going to play. So it's not always the cleanest basketball, but it's definitely interesting because you see teams, North Vermilion's down 13 in the fourth, comes back, ties it up, goes into overtime. And then the South Vermilion Park Heritage game was competitive all the way through. So hopefully we'll have an exciting championship game tonight as well.
Well, I know all of the ADs and all the schools are just happy that you had a chance to sponsor this tournament. Again, it carries your name for this year. Congratulations on just the ability to see that the community needs you and what's going on. We appreciate your sponsorship as well, and we hope to have a great championship ball game. And for us right now, between games in this pregame for the championship, you're watching Indiana Sports Network.